Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to make a vegan pesto frittata with a base of chickpea flour and silken tofu, lots of seasonings and plenty of greens too. Let's get started. We're going to start by blending up our ingredients. So here we've got some chickpea flour and we're going to add some nutritional yeast, baking powder and garlic powder. Here we've got miso, Dijon mustard, a little bit of salt and black pepper. We've got some silken tofu. Now don't worry if some of the liquid comes out, we're just going to add that in and blend it as well. And finally some water and lemon juice. So now we're just going to pop the lid on and blend. And now we're just going to let this sit for a little bit whilst we cook our greens. I'm just heating our pan up on a medium-high heat. And I'm using a cast iron for this because you can go straight from the hob right into the oven. So now it's warmed up a bit, we're just going to add a splash of oil. And now we're going to add our leeks. And we're just going to let these leeks cook down for a few minutes until they're a little bit charred and nice and soft. And to help these cook down a little bit faster, we're just going to add a little pinch of salt. Leeks got a little bit of colour on them. We're going to add our Brussels sprouts and our kale-lets. So I've just shredded these quite nicely and chopped the kale-lets in half just so they're a little bit more bite-sized. So excited to use these because we actually grew them in the garden. You can really use any greens in this recipe. I'd still recommend starting off with a base of leeks. They just give the frittata such a wonderful savoury flavour. But then you could add 10% broccoli or regular broccoli, green beans, peas, whichever you use. Just make sure that you cook out plenty of the water, otherwise it will affect the frittata at the end. And then I'm just going to stir in some spinach once these have cooked down. The heat a little bit and stir in our spinach. It's going to take a minute or two to wilt down. Now we're just going to switch this off and add in the chopped parsley. Pour it all into the pan, nice and evenly. And now we're just going to give it a little stir so the veg is evenly distributed and not all at the bottom of the frittata. Now comes the pesto. We're just going to put it in little dollops all around the mix. Then with a spoon or a fork or a spatula, we're just going to swirl it in. And this gives the frittata such a pretty visual on top, but also means you get a real hit of that pesto flavour, which just tastes incredible. And now we're ready for the oven, so we can pop this straight in the oven, and that should take about 25 minutes at 200 degrees in a fan oven. And you can see it's lovely golden and delicious. So you can see it started to pull away from the edges and it's lovely and golden on top and risen and will just be fluffy and delicious. We're now just going to let it cool and rest for about 10 minutes, and this will help us to cut it and it will come out of the pan really cleanly. And there you have it, a vegan pesto frittata. Thanks for watching.